Hi, this is Manish Pandey. In the previous video, we talked about how to delete queue and how to delete work queue items. Now, in this video, we'll talk about how to add items to queue. So, we have one queue that is Centrix Data Solutions underscore queue. This is running. Now, I want to add few items to queue. For example, if you are working on a process where first you are getting your transaction data in Excel. Now you want to move all this data to queue and then you want to process each items from queue. So first we should have one Excel where we will get data from client and then we will read that data and then we'll write to queue. So here what we need to do, here we have queue name. Now let me open our process. We have this process Centrix Data Solutions, and in this process we are reading data from Excel, this Excel that let me show you. So this is our Excel where we have transaction data orders underscore sample.csv, right? We have 10 records. So as of now we are getting data from here and then we are writing to our Centrix Data Solution application. Now we'll add all these items to queue. So for that I am going to use same process, this get Excel as a collection. Let me check here this. Okay, this is the same file name that we have, orders underscore sample, and let me add one page here and give it name add items to queue, and take one page and create a reference to an existing page. Take here get Excel as a collection, right? So first we are reading this Excel file and we are storing in a collection, and then we'll perform our next step. Link this. So what will happen whenever we'll run this step add items to queue, it will first open this page, it will go to get Excel, create an instance, open workbook, it will open this specific workbook where we have a transaction data, and then it will get worksheet as a collection here, and then it will store in orders collection. Now it will close the workbook after that. Now what I want to do here, let me go to add items to queue. After reading that collection, so I will take one action stage here, right here add items to queue, and from the business object select work queues. So this work queues is an internal business object. Select this one, and here you can see we need to pass queue name and then that collection. So we'll pass here our queue name. You can create one data item. Let me double click on this, and this is for queue name, and we'll write here our queue name will be Centrix Data Solutions underscore queue, and just use this queue name here. Now here we have a collection, so we need to add this collection here. So let me take this collection from here and store in our this page also. We'll go to get Excel as a collection, and I want to pass this order collection to this page. So how can we do that? Now we are going to apply input output parameter. It means how to pass data from one page to other page. If you don't know about this one, you can go through my previous video. We need to double click on this and take one parameter here, that is orders collection, and take the value, get value from, so let me take this value from this order collection, and automatically you can see data type is selected collection. Now click OK. Now go to add items to queue, double click on this page, come to this output, and here we have orders collection. In the store in, we can just click on this. So what will happen, same data will be now added to this one. Now we have this data, so double click on this add items to queue, and now we need to pass this input as a data collection. So we'll take the same, this order collection, just drag and drop this, that's it, just click on OK. Link this, and now we are ready to add items to queue. Now one thing we can do here, if you remember here in the system tab, in the workflows and then work queues, we have this queue name and key name is field 1. So what will happen if this time I will just assign as a field 1, let me show you here, let me just run this part, save this, queue added, refresh this and reset this. Now select this one, set next stage, and then click on step over, and now what will happen, here we will be getting our orders collection data. And you can see here now we have 10 records in our collection. So these 10 records we are going to now add to queue, and now we are going to run this action stage, add items to queue. Now this is completed, refresh this. Now go to control room, click on Centrix Data Solutions, and now you can see here we have 10 records that is just now added. Now one more thing I am going to show you here, if there are multiple spaces, and you can see here now we have 2 rows that is available here, save this and close this. Now if I will run this part, so you will be getting here we have 12 records. Let me reset this, set next stage, step over, and now you can see we are getting 12 records. If you see here in the current value, we are getting 10 records and plus 2, that is blank. It means these are empty rows, we don't have any value in these 2 rows. But what will happen if I will just go and run this part, it will just add items to queue. Now you will see here, as per the data, we should have 22 rows, 22 items, right? You can see here, but while getting the transaction items, 2 items are blank, completely blank, those are just white spaces, but Blue Prism has added these items in a queue as a queue items. So while getting the transaction, will be getting an error because it will not get any transaction item, it will not able to fetch those details, it will not able to write to the Centrix Data Solutions. So there will be a problem, right? Because we are not passing a correct value, we are just passing empty values. So in this scenario, and it happens whenever you will work on the production, client will just share the list of data in Excel, thousands of records, and there will be multiple spaces will be there also there. They will not remove empty rows here. So what you need to do, you need to first come here, and then you need to take one action stage, and this action stage is for, you need to take here one view, that is collection manipulation. It means now I am going to manipulate our collection. So how can we do that? We need to click on this file, import, process object, browse, go to that specific location where we have all the views available, search here collection manipulation utility. This is the view that we need to import. Click next, 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 finish. Now come here, save this first. Let me close this and let's go to the studio, and you can see here we have object utility collection manipulation. Now let me open this Centrix Data Solutions process again. Go to add items to queue, double click on action stage, select utility collection manipulation, and now select the action that is remove empty rows. It means we need to remove all the blank empty rows. We just need data where we have the value in the row. Now we need to pass here collection. So we have this collection. Now in the output we'll pass the same collection. I don't want to store in a different collection, and just click OK. But let me change here, remove empty rows. Now this is enough here, but one more thing you can do here, you can take one condition, you can also count this collection, and you can see if your collection has data, then only execute this part. If no data, do not execute, right? So we will take one action stage here so that we can count the row of this collection. Now double click on this and select business object, internal business object, collections, and now select the action as a count rows. Now here in the input we need to pass collection name, and it is accepting only data type text, but here we have a collection name that is orders underscore call, that is a type of collection, right? So what we need to do, we need to just drag and drop this, but that will throw an error, and remove this one and then put in the double quotation so that it can consider this as a text here. It will not throw an error, no problem, it will work here. You need to just put that collection name in the double quotation and then go to output and create one data item so that we can store that. So write here row count and then click on this, so it will create one data item row count here, this one. Now what we need to do here, let me just link this one and then take one decision stage here so that we can check the condition like collection not empty. Then we'll check here if row count greater than 0, it means collection is not empty. Then go to add items to queue. If collection is empty, then directly go to AND stage. So we'll take one anchor stage here and one anchor stage we'll take here, and then link this one here, and then link with the AND stage. Now you can see here if collection not empty, it will go and add items to queue. If empty, it will not add, it will not execute this part. Now what we need to do here, one thing that I need to show you, in the work queues currently we are passing key name field 1. Now I am going to show you how to pass any value. So while adding key name here, you need to take care of your sensitive data. Do not enter your sensitive information in the key name like account number, policy number, or any other details that is sensitive for client. So do not put those things, only put any unique things which will help you to identify like which queue item is getting processed. So open Excel. Now here you can see we have order number, so we can identify as a order number, so we can take this order number as a key. So what we can do here, we can just copy this order number, copy this and then paste this one order number. Now apply this. So currently you can see here we are not getting item key here, it is showing blank, but now once I will add 10 records here, it will show that order name numbers here. Let me go to Process Studio, refresh this, right click, set next stage, step over. Let me first close this Excel, otherwise it will throw an error. You can see currently we have data 1 of 12, right? Now step over, and now you will see again we will be getting only 1 of 10 because it will remove the empty rows, right? You can see now we have 1 of 10 records only. Now it will count the rows of this one, so it will give us here row count 10. You can see here. Now it will check here, if collection not empty, then it will go to add items to queue. So what will happen, if you are getting an Excel file and it has only blank rows but there is no any meaningful data, then if you will not use these things, empty rows, it will not remove that empty rows, it will just consider all the spaces as a item it will add here. Now in this scenario it will first remove that, and then we'll be getting only 0, so it will check here, if 0 then just go to AND, right? So just click on step over and items added, 10 items added to queue. Now refresh this, go to studio here, control room, just refresh this one. Now here we have 32. Now you can see here we have 10 records added. Let me sort this one by this way, and you can see here now we are getting all these order numbers in our item key. So we have 10 records we have just now added. So by this way you can add items to queue, and also you can remove the empty rows from collection, and you can add only available data to queue. And you learned how to count the collection rows, and then also you learned how to add any columns value to the item key for the identification purpose. I hope you like this. Thank you.